Good morning and welcome back to Meadowcraft Farm, Queensland. As with pretty much all farming, there are times when we're doing the same thing all the time, maybe weeks of pruning or something. But once that's done, then you move on to a different job. So it's nice and varied. And today's job is propagating, grafting jackfruit trees. These are some of our jackfruit trees, and first job is sharpen your implements. Have them nice and sharp. I'll do them first thing in the morning, and I mean I've grafted from 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning until 5 o'clock at night, and yeah, good sharpen in the morning, and they've lasted me all day. Sterilizing them, I will dip them in methylated spirits and then just with a lighter just burn off the methylated spirits, and that will sterilize them. Once that's done, you've got to select your plant material. Now then, in terms of the plant material, piece of wood is, you can break it down into 3 different parts. There's the bark, there's the wood, which is really what supports the tree. That's a hard material, and in between them we have the feeding material, referred to as the cambium layer. So you got your wood, bark, and millimetre thick is your cambium layer. Because it's millimetre thick, even with my reading glasses, I still can't see it. So the easiest way of aligning the material is to use the same diameter wood. If you can't get it exactly the same, line one side up, and at least you've got a chance of it working. But ideally, same diameter. And today we'll be doing a wedge graft. So that is just simply take one side, take the second side, and you end up with a wedge. Oh, try not to do lots of little cuts, because it can end up ridges, and then you end up with air gaps in between, not enough contact. So one nice long cut. Then that's created the wedge with your donor wood. And if you imagine this as a tree, so then down the middle, nice cut, and then this part is inserted in here, and then bind it up with some grafting tape. Reasons for grafting. With most trees, if you plant seeds, there's too much variability. For instance, we selected fruit from 2 trees. I think we planted about 15 seeds out of each tree, and out of the 30 trees that were planted, we had 3 that were deemed suitable for trialing with people. We then cut them all up, labelled them A, B, C, gave them to various people to try, and fortunately for us, they all came back with just the same one, which was the preferred fruit. So we then plant the rootstock or the seedlings. We graft on from the parent tree onto that, so that every fruit of every tree is going to be identical, exactly the same as the mother parent tree. And really, sort of on a commercial, it's okay planting a seedling maybe for your own use, Maybe if you were using green jackfruit, it doesn't matter because you're harvesting it and cutting it up before there's any flavour developed anyway. But in terms of commercial wise, yeah, the only real way of doing it is grafting, to make sure that you have the same quality, same colour, same flavour right through the crop. So that's the job for today. Grafting. Self-taught. When we first started in this venture, we went looking for help for trees, and yeah, that put us back probably 2 or 3 years, because we were told, yes, we can do trees for you. It turned out that they couldn't. So yeah, then I had to spend pretty much a whole season practicing, trying to work out how to do it, killing tree after tree after tree. And after several months, we worked out a way of consistently being able to graft. So yeah, self-taught. Okay then, off we go, another day out in the paddock. Thank you. Well, it's not all about planting trees. It's time for the little Bushranger to get its first oil change. 100 hours. Well, it's had its first one at 20 hours. So this is the second one at 100 hours. They say change the oil every 100 and oil filter every 200. But for how much it costs, I just do oil and oil filter. This is the Bushranger. Quite a nice mower. Got a fabricated deck. We did have a John Deere ride-on mower, but that was a pressed deck, and because of the climate and the moisture, doesn't really last as long. It's not as tough, so this is quite a good deck on it. So yeah, this is doing a pretty good job. So drop the oil, change the oil filter, and then we store the used oil until we've got enough, filled a few containers, and then take it to the recycling depot. So it's been draining for a good 40 minutes or so. So yeah, give it an oil change, go and have a mow, and then clean it. Needs a bit of a clean up. Gets quite dusty. Even though it's the tropics, yeah, it gets quite dusty. So yeah, we had another job to get done. So again, this is the Bushranger G-Track. As you can see, nice solid deck there, fabricated deck. A few things that I do like is nice clear fuel gauge, so you can see where you're at. And on the controls, comes standard with the deck lift here. And then various heights of cut from, where are we? Oh, from 1 inch right up to 4 inch. I normally do about 3.25. Choke, accelerator, and really cool thing, rather than key start, because I was forever trying to find out where my keys were, we've got a code that you dial in. Just dial in a 4-digit code and press start, and hey ho, off you go. And 12 volt outlet there for, I will often put my headphones in, because the ear defenders I use here are to work tunes, and yeah, Bluetooth to your phone. So first of all, you can listen to music, and also you don't miss a phone call because it rings with your phone. Really cool. Okay, let's get and do some mowing.